Hello everybody, back here again for Vlog a Day, and today is Monday the 26th, and today was a lovely, beautiful day outside. Warm, got kind of hot, but not too bad. Ironically, did not have any rain. We've been having tons of rain lately, and almost virtually every single day I've been getting rain, and actually getting like heavy rains, but nothing today. So, got this morning fairly early. Had to get the puppy in, so got that taken care of, and I don't have any other dogs here, so it felt super weird not having other dogs for him to basically figure out and whatever. And I went ahead and there was nobody else for him to torment and harass, so I was like, oh shit, that's kind of interesting. So went ahead and said to heck with it. So got him up, got him outside, let him kind of play a couple minutes and stuff, no big deal. Got him back in here, and then Karen got up, so we were able to make a little bit of noise, brought him inside, was able to kind of let him run around a little bit. Played, of course, with Bruce. He just pulls my arm off to get in the house. Cannot wait to see Bruce. He thinks Bruce is the greatest, apparently. So went ahead, shortly after that, Karen went to work. From there, we had another dog come by, dog named Hazel. It's a doodle. I feel like I've watched this dog before. I recognize the guy somewhere, but I don't know if I've watched the dog or not. Who knows? I've had so many dogs, it's so hard telling what I have and haven't watched. So went ahead and said head with that. Dog got here. Dog's super clumsy. Oh my god, ridiculously clumsy. So went ahead and basically was able to let him out here. Bruce and the dog just didn't really care. But Van and that dog went after each other, chasing and wrestling and fighting, and oh my god, running and tripping each other and jumping on each other and just literally having the time of their damn life. I mean, they played for like 2 hours straight. Like, they played for 2 hours. I was like, you guys are gonna have a heart attack and die. Like, it's ridiculous stuff. They were absolutely going nuts. They finally started taking some breaks, and they'd play and take a break and play and back and forth, to the point that Van has, actually, it's one of Bruce's old femur bones. It's like, it's long as my arm, like, from my wrist to my elbow. It's a gigantic, cow femur, and Van normally hides it and tries to keep it away from other dogs and stuff. She was laying over here in the little dirt pile they've made, because they like to dig holes. She was laying over there in the dirt pile, and she's like a light colored, like almost a white dog, and she's covered in mud and dew, and oh my god, she's so filthy. But Van brought the bone to her and was like trying to like give it to her, like get her to chew on it also, and she was like, I don't really care. And he kept like nudging it at her, and I got a little photo. It's hard to kind of tell what's going on, but he literally spent about 5 minutes trying to get her to chew on the bone. Then he finally went away, and she chewed on it a little bit here and there. But it was so cool. He's never tried to share his bone with anybody before, so he really took a shining to her real fast, quick. So that was kind of interesting. They then played some more again and stuff. They laid around behind me quite a bit. We spent a chunk of time outside here letting them play. Grass finally dried out enough that the dew dried up, and they got a bunch of the mud off their fur and stuff, so they'll come back inside. They were able to kind of chill out a little bit here in the process. But I ended up inside doing quite a bit of stuff, and had a bunch of things I had to go through. I don't know, I decided today was the day I was going to clean out one of the rooms, so I basically started going through and throwing a bunch of old stuff. Like, I had old memory stuff, found a bunch of things that I had that I don't want anymore. Like, it's just keeping memento shit. I'm not a memento guy, so I set aside a bunch of things that I do kind of want to keep. Like, I have a chunk of my kindergarten blanket that my aunt sewed up for me and stuff, and I have a couple of things. I have some like old leather driving gloves from my grandfather, like his dress winter gloves. I have those, and they're just in horrible shape. I don't know if you can put your hand in them. I'm afraid you'd destroy them. But I have a couple of those little things like that I'm holding on to, that I'm very non-sentimental type person. And then I've got a couple boxes of just like weird oddball. I've got like an old early microphone pin, like a spy microphone pin from, God, maybe the 60s. I gotta look it up and see exactly when it actually came out. I have no idea, but it's gotta have some value to it. I got the shipping box, everything. It's really cool. Little diode, the whole thing. So, what, are we gonna stick instead of a ball? Okay. There's a ball right over there, dummy, but bring me a stick and I'll throw it. So went ahead, and that had no sentimental to it. I found it probably at an auction, kind of wearing stuff, whatever. But it's more of a, hey, this is really cool. It's something I'll look at when I'm old again and whatnot, and go from there. So, but yeah, we got ourselves a fetching dog today. So there's going to be a lot of that going on all day today. Went ahead, though, hauled out an entire, like, one of those gigantic brute trash cans, those big round gigantic trash cans. I hauled one of those damn things out, full of garbage, and it was stuff that probably had value to somebody, but I had like some old, like the little Tom and Dan bags and stuff, like they give you like little merch bags, little free bags of stuff, but they buy them as cheap as possible, which I understand. They're giving them away, which is fine, but I can't use them anymore, because like literally they're a few years old, like 3 at most, maybe 2 years old, and they're falling apart. Like, the material they buy it's like biodegradable, and it biodegrades like in the shade in your house kind of thing. So I literally, as I tried to open it up to see, how much room's in it and stuff, it like the seam seal, like this is where they melted the seams there, didn't hold, and it just falls apart. And I'm like, you guys could have you probably spent $500 buying all these bags for everybody, and and we throw them away after one or maybe two uses. Or you could have spent probably $600 and bought the same bags for everybody, and would have continued using them for years to come, and they would have held up, and it would have been whatever. But I don't know. So I hate seeing that crap go to landfill, but it is. I had a bunch of old, like random. I'd pull out like a change of soda. I would have, like, let's say I'm going from Sunkist to say Dr. Pepper, whatever. I'd have a handful of Sunkist left over if I'm going from whatever stuff. A lot of times I just kind of throw them back, thinking, well, the next other machine might be using them. If no other machine has them right now, I just end up throwing them in the room. So I'm going to put them out tomorrow for the garbage people. I've got I think I got 23 cans of like random, like 2 to 3, 4 cans each of different things in there, and I'm going to basically throw it out there and let the garbage guys have it. So they can drink it and throw it in the cooler. They can take it home. They can throw it away. I don't give a damn. But it's probably past best by date on the can, so I'm just gonna stick it on top of the trash can. And what they do with it's their own opinion. It's not like I'm selling it to somebody or giving it to somebody and they're gonna get sick because they can't say whatever. I'm like, I put a trash can out there. I just forgot to open the lid. I just stuck it on top. That's on you for drinking my trash. So. But it is what it is there. But yeah, I threw a ton of stuff. It felt really good. I got a bunch of things in your stuff. I also have a bunch of old, like, love letters and shit, like from school, like, junior high, high school and stuff. I got a bunch of those that I apparently had back. I had a handful of those that was in my garage when I had my shop fire, and a lot of them are smoke and water damaged and whatnot and stuff, so they're like in totes and whatnot. So they're all getting thrown away. I just don't know when. I told my bride, I was like, hey, here's some stuff. If you want to look at it, if you want to read through some of these, you want to, I don't care. Like, I have like a 6th grade grade card. I don't need a 6th grade report card. I don't give a shit. Like, I'm done with that. Like, I'm never gonna go back and look at this stuff, like, and think fondly of it. Like, grade school was not good for me. There was a few good moments, but I don't need the grade card to remind me that I had a good moment or two in school. So, but I went ahead and I told Brian, like, hey, look at this all you want, but when you're done with it, chuck it out. I don't need it. Ironically, once I start reading the letters, often I remember how the letter ends, because my memory tells me like what it is, but I can't think of what's in the letter hardly at all unless I have the start of the letter. So it is one of those things where part of me thinks maybe I should hold on to those, because there is some good memories in those letters, but there's also just a lot of like bullshit. Like, I'm never gonna date that girl again. Like, I'm never gonna date that person, so why do I care? So who knows? It is what it is. But definitely just something to, if you end up ever going back in that saddened state of, oh my God, the loss of this and this was so, no, it wasn't that great. You wouldn't have broke up if it was that great. You would have continued on that relationship. It's not what it is. It's don't live in the past, move on with your life. So got that done. The puppy went home today, and then basically ended up hanging out with the doodle by himself, with him and her and Bruce. They hung around, played a little bit and stuff. Karen got home from work. I went ahead and started making dinner, which sometimes she gets off like normal time, other times she works like an hour too late, so it's hard to figure out what I want to do for dinner. Sometimes I end up the deal when she says she's heading home, that's when I start the dinner. Other things take a little longer and stuff, and I was kind of hungry. I'm like, ah, the hell. So I started up some tater tots and corn dogs and put them in, and then basically texted them like, hey, do you think you're getting, any idea when you're coming home, kind of deal. And I told her, basically I sent the text going, hey, dinner will be ready in like 30 minutes, so figure out when you want to get here. So said she was heading home any second, so we're good to go. So she got home, we had some corn dogs and tater tots and stuff. The people came to pick the dog up right about the time the corn dogs were getting done, so I left them in the oven a little longer than I should have, because I'd rather have them being a little bit warm than being a little too cold. So I turned the oven all off earlier as it settled down and stuff, and I should have pulled them out, but the guy came, got his dog, everything was good. The family was over at Animal Kingdom, and then the husband had gotten back from Georgia. I don't know what he was up there in Georgia for, but he'd just driven all the way back from Georgia and stuff. We chatted about how much it sucks to drive real far, long distance and stuff and whatnot, and kind of had a good time there. Karen and I had our corn dogs and tater tots, which I'm sorry is a damn good meal. I love a corn dog and tater tot. It's delicious. Went ahead and knocked that baby out. Ended up watching a little bit of NCIS, and then played a little bit of pinball. Then from there I headed outside and basically had myself a nice little cigar, watched the sunset from the backyard here, and wrapped it up and called it a night. So that's all I got for right now. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. Have yourself a safe, wonderful day. Thanks for watching.